Hey guys, what's up? This is ManaPotz. Welcome back to yet again another video playing on my character Evasion, which is gonna try to be a rogue tank. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been wondering my thoughts on Revelations WoW so far. What's going on with the game? What are things that should be addressed? All these types of things. But before I go into that, I want to talk about, basically the game itself. Let's talk about the first day we tried to play the launch. The launch was crazy. The launch was insane with so many people trying to play, so many things happening. The launch wasn't good. That's something that, I will admit. Like I said, I love this game. But yes, I will talk. When you love something, you have to talk about the bad things as well. But the launch wasn't good. It was hard. It really drove off some people. Some people told me from my guild, I'm gonna come back when this game is all nice and dandy, ready for playtime, ready for playing the game. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine, because I completely understand. If you guys just want to wait until things get fleshed out for the server, completely understand that. But let's talk about the second day, the third day. Bugs were getting addressed, bugs were getting fixed, which is a good thing. The server stability started to improve, all that kind of stuff, man. So with the further days that we've gone into Revelations WoW, the more the devs are doing, the more the server seems to be, doing way better than how it did before, which is a really great sign. They put out a changelog, they're fixing stuff, and they're trying their best. Like I'm gonna say it right now, with 3 developers on a team, they're stripped for time. It's hard, but there's some changes that need to happen, like Murlocs being able to actually play with the faction they want to play, not being segregated into their own little limbo of faction. That is already being fixed, which they said, and what they said it's already fixed. It's going to be pushed into the big patch they're doing, so that's something good. At least they're communicating with us and talking about fixes. There was another bug that was going on where we couldn't chat. We could only use /E, write in whispers or write in guild chat. That was fixed ASAP as well. So like some things that they're trying to get done and out the window, and they're obviously working on many other things, like I said, like the Murloc and the Tuskars and stuff. Those are custom races, and that was going to be a big and hard one for them to do. I'm actually surprised they were able to launch the server with the Murloc and Tuskars in the starting zones and all that. They've obviously updated those spawn timers. Those spawn timers were horrendous. I'm sorry, but I had to say those little spawn timers were bad. But the cool thing about that, the spawn timers were bad for those damn ornaments, that you were able to go ahead and skip that. If you followed up the mountain and there's a mountain cliff side, you can follow up the road, and there's going to be like a whole camp full of like Murlocs and Tuskars. And if you talk to the Tuskar ambassador, bam, you're put to the horde. If you talk to the Murloc ambassador, you are put into basically the alliance. So there was a way to skip that. I was told in my chat, so I'm like, oh, there's a way to skip this. I don't have to wait here like 40 minutes like everybody else was, which was pretty sad that no one else didn't know that. So their first impressions of Revelations WoW making a Murloc or Tuskar were probably really bad, because they had to wait 40 minutes for the Armaments quest, which was, oh my god, I wouldn't even want to wait 40 minutes for an Armaments quest. I would have just waited like many other people have. There are still some things with dungeons that are bugged out, and hopefully that gets fixed as well. Like, I love doing dungeons. I love doing these types of dungeons that they're doing here. You actually have to get mana. There's some of them are difficult. We were able to go ahead and complete some with even low gear. It's always fun to do these dungeons when you're not really prepped or geared for them, because it's actually, gives you more of a challenge basically. But dungeons are reportedly, some of the dungeons are reported to be fixed on the next patch as well. So, I mean, that's something really big. You need to have the dungeons fixed. You have to have the dungeons fixed. But like I said, this is my first time obviously playing a launch of a private server. I did do some info and looked up some other private servers and their launches to see how basically their launches were. Some of those private server launches that were not custom at all basically took months to fix. So I'm just like, this one's a custom one here, and they're fixing them like this quickly. It's a good sign basically, guys. It's a good sign just to wait. Good things are going to be coming, which obviously puts more of a, my trust in the devs, because they're actually getting these things fixed, especially with the talents. The talents were not working on launch, which I know it was like bad to players. It was bad to myself too. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I didn't even want to level because the talents weren't fixed. I'm like, yo, I want my talents, man. I want all of that stuff. But it wasn't working. So I really didn't really get to level 20 ASAP because of the talents. I didn't want to. I'm like, no, I don't want. I want to wait till the talents were fixed. And then about like a day or two later, they brought a fix for the talent. It sadly didn't work for all classes, but it worked for my elemental class. I was able to go ahead and put my spec into elemental, and I was able to get Ride the Lightning and Shock and Awe, which are 2 talents I have on my elemental. I know that certain classes it's not working for, but they're actually applying that to that next, like I told you, that big old patch that they're doing. So hopefully that gets fixed, because I do understand where some players are coming from, where they can't get their talents and they really want to play that class, and it's like really scuffed at the moment. I definitely understand everything like that, and that's why I'm like giving 2 point of views here. Like I said, I like the game, I love the game, but I definitely have to go ahead and say what's good and what's bad in it at the moment. But the good thing now is that server stable, you can play, the chat is fixed, and there's fixes coming all around. They don't want to put like one fix out in a little patch, one fix out in another patch. They want it to be all in just one ginormous patch. So hopefully with this patch that's supposed to be coming out in 2 or 3 days, from what I heard from Wilzor in their own Discord, the Revelations Discord, hopefully that gets here and it can bring back some more of the population that went off because they wanted to wait until these fixes come out. I wasn't going to be one of them because I played this game in Open Beta 2, and I already know how this game was going to be. I already know how it was when it was in a good state. Open Beta 2 was actually a good state for the game, and I was able to test out a lot of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick around because I know what this game can be. I know what this game can become. And I know that this is a passion project. This is something that the devs really love and they want to work out. And I respect them for that. But other than that, there's been some things talking about the Alliance and Horde, which I want to get into right now. There has been, sadly, the Horde cannot progress over a certain point of progression for their crafting because their areas, their zones do not have the proper, materials in them for them to go ahead and, get their crafting up. While the Alliance, on the other hand, on the other side, have their own stuff that they can do. They have all of these nodes and stuff, and that could help their crafting get up. And in a level 21 to 40, level 0 to 20 bracket, that's going to be good for them. They're going to have their enchants, they're going to have gear for level, for level 21 and beyond. They're going to have their enchants for 21 and beyond. So that'll put the Horde at a disadvantage in the 21 to 40 bracket because we won't be able to get all that stuff. Some people were able to go ahead and go to the Alliance zones using, I wouldn't say it's an exploit, it's in the game and it just happens, but they were able to get over there and get some nodes and stuff like that. But that so far is not going to be allowed because something about world PvP, they don't want anything like that. They're trying to block off these 2 areas from the Horde seeing the Alliance because they would have to balance something for balancing. That's what I read in the Discord. I was like, all right, that's perfectly fine, but if we can get some different nodes in like Southern Barrens, like just placing like probably some iron ore, placing some different herbs that we can get, getting us to grab a spider silk. I mean, people were obviously saying they wanted to open up Stone Talon Mountains for us, but that is a no-go because Wrecked by Faith said that there's a lot more stuff that goes into that we know. They would have to they don't want to release a crappy zone. Basically, they want it to be on par when they do their releases. So that's what he was saying. They would have to scrap the quest. They would have to add the custom quest they wanted to add in there. They would have to go ahead and have the GMs test it, and this will go ahead and go against the time for them working on the Murloc fixes, working on Orgrimmar flight points, and working on all this other stuff. So basically, he's saying that once we get all this stuff done here, we can go ahead and work on probably getting Stone Talon Mountains working up, or they may just add nodes to the Southern Barrens. We have no idea yet, but we as Horde would love to get some of that yummy freaking resources so you go ahead and get our crafting up as well, guys. Hopefully in the future that'll change. I mean, obviously there's going to be some differences between the Alliance and Horde. It can't always be the same, and I definitely do understand their point of view on that, but when it comes to my guild and my community, I want their voices to be heard. So I would basically be a spokesperson for when I find things like that, for when I find things like this, that I can go ahead and report to them as well. Other than that, I've been having a blast on this game. I've been putting a lot of hours. A lot of other people have been putting a lot of hours. Both of my guilds, Night Guard and Runeguard were world first boss kills for their own respective world bosses. So it's pretty cool to just see some accomplishments that me and my community have been able to make on this server. Am I going to keep on playing this server? Yes, I am, because like I said, I trust in the devs, and I feel like they could go ahead and just get these fixes out. More people will come to the server. They go ahead and get some more stuff added. More people will come flocking in again. That's just how I feel. Playing, like I said, the server from Open Beta 1, Open Beta 2, and personally knowing the devs and talking to them, used to be talking to them on a daily basis, talking about, what stuff to add, what things we would like to see, but obviously now they're busy working on all these fixes and all the stuff that they want to add to the game that I don't really get to talk to them that much anymore. But like I said, I know them, I know their work ethic, I know they're really passionate for this project, and I know that some things happen that people might have, not have their trust in a certain developer anymore, but that certain developer apologized, that certain developer noticed what he said, was out of context, he knew that basically what he did was not good, and he apologized for it. So, and he said, moving on forward, it's going to be different. It's going to be, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be doing these things for you guys. I want this game to prosper. I want you guys to have a place to play World of Warcraft and just have fun with your, with your friends, your community, which that really, obviously bolstered a lot of, the hope within the community for that certain developer to just come out and say that. It was like, wow, okay, this is nice. Our trust can be put into them again, and hopefully this project here can just be booming. That's what we really want to see. We want to see Revelations WoW booming. I mean, that's what I want. I love this private server, and I've been just enjoying my time here, like I said, with my guild and with my community. And I don't want to see it go to waste, basically. I don't want my horde side to be like, yo, I don't want to be on this horde side no more because of this stuff happening. I'm gonna move to the alliance, or I'm just not gonna play the game in general. So this is why I wanted to make just partially this video and just talk about what I think about Revelations at the moment, which you guys can see. It was basically a mouthful, and I'm just talking, but this is how I am when I want to talk about something that I'm passionate about, something that I love playing, and something that I just want to keep playing, and I want to see it prosper, basically. So hopefully in the future we can see these patches coming in. We can see more, probably some GM events happening once they have all this workload off of their shoulders. We can see some GM events happening. I'm trying to bring up events too, like world boss events, trying to get other guilds in the horde all here to play with us. It's a lot of work, both sides, community side, and the devs doing their work as well. Because yeah, you're gonna need, obviously the devs have to be good and passionate about their project for this to work, but also they're going to need a community that's there to back them up and help them out as well, which that's basically my community right here. But if you guys are interested in playing Revelations WoW and need a guild on either Horde or Alliance, check out the Alliance guild. They're called Night Guard. Really great people as well. And the Horde guild, the guild that I lead, is basically Runeguard. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and just join my Discord. Click on the row that says Rev WoW. You'll see it right in the rows section, and then just hit us up in the Discord. We'll get you in, we'll help you out, we'll give you some bags, we'll help you out with professions, run you through dungeons. That's how a community is. That's how the community used to be for WoW, and that's what I'm trying to build up and just bring back within both of my guilds and communities here. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for just hearing the mouthful of stuff I have to say. I really wanted to get it off my chest because I feel like if I could just say these things and hopefully people can see them and just understand from both of a player point of view and a dev point of view, that things can be understood, and we can just go off and just wait for these updates to come and have a good time in the world that is Revelations WoW. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.